Hello and welcome to episode number 19 of the Daily Dog. I'm your host, Britton Hess, and I'm here to give you my favorite underdog plays for Thursday, June 27th, 2024. If you're new to Underdog Fantasy, sign up with the promo code DAILYDOG for an up to $250 deposit match bonus on the Underdog Fantasy app or on UnderdogFantasy.com. All right, let's get right into the picks. We are going to start out with Royce Lewis, higher than 1.5 total bases versus Jordan Montgomery and the Arizona Diamondbacks. The Twins are very good against lefties. Royce Lewis is very good against lefties. He's batting .421 versus lefties on the year, albeit with a small sample size. I think Jordan Montgomery is struggling. He's got 12 starts on the year. He's allowed 5+ hits in 10 of those starts. He's allowed 8 home runs in those 12 starts, and his BABIP is .338. His BABIP against is .338. So, when people are making contact, they are reaching base safely. 10.7 of the fly balls he has allowed have been home runs. Royce Lewis, as we know, is a power hitter. He is a guy that can get the ball out of the park, and he's also a guy who can leg out a double. He's a guy who can get multiple hits in a single game. Higher than 1.5 total bases, and this is a scorcher as well, 1.1x. I'm not really sure why. It's a great matchup for Royce, so I'm happy to start my slip off with this one. It's an early game at 12:45 p.m. Pacific. 3:45 p.m. Eastern time. As I said, the Twins are great at hitting lefties, so I'm not opposed to Jordan Montgomery higher than 5.5 hits allowed in this game. I really am not. It's just I have some sneaking suspicion in the back of my mind that this could be a situation where he allows 4 hits, but 2 of them are 2-run shots, and he gets pulled out of the game in the 5th inning. So again, I think that just targeting Royce Lewis is a little bit better here, especially after Royce Lewis went hitless on Wednesday. He's a young player. He's prideful. He doesn't want to leave Arizona on a sour note. So I trust his power, I trust his speed, and I trust him to take advantage of this matchup versus a lefty, as he is a righty. And also, you know what? If he doesn't get that 1.5 total bases versus Montgomery, there's always a chance he could do it versus whoever comes in out of the pen. Also, I just want to put some other stuff out there. When I'm recording this show, I don't have the full menu available. It will be available closer to first pitch. If you're entering this play closer to first pitch, I would highly recommend playing higher than 1.5 hit runs RBIs for Royce Lewis, because obviously it's a little bit safer than 1.5 total bases in most cases. And I agree, just where he is in the lineup is usually going to be ducks on the pond. So sac flies can help you get over that number, or even grounding into whatever ground out, but a run scores if the bases are loaded and stuff like that. So definitely, if you're locking this play closer to first pitch, maybe take a look at what the number is for 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. I also think Byron Buxton is viable in the 1.5 total bases and 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs market as well. I also think Buxton is live in the home run world. So at the end of the show, I've got a new feature called the Daily Dong. It's not what it sounds like. It's guys who are going to hit home runs on the given day. So Buxton's going to be included in that. Little spoiler alert. And also, if you can get Jordan Montgomery higher than 1.5 earned runs allowed, I also highly recommend that one. Daily Dog Cat's so excited. He's walking across the desk right now, but he's gone. All right, let's go into play number 2. We're going Trea Turner of the Phillies, higher than 1.5 total bases versus Trevor Rogers and the Marlins. It sucks that Trea's at home because, he probably isn't going to get an extra at-bat at the bottom of the 9th inning. That said, versus Rogers and versus this Marlins pen, there's a real high chance that he still gets 5 at-bats in this game. So, I'm not too worried about him getting limited if the Phillies are up in this game. It's going to be hot, high 80s. It's going to be marginal wind. And since Trea has been back, he's gone higher than 1.5 total bases in 4 out of 8 games. The Marlins are a great game for him to do it again in. Obviously, he's a speedy base runner. He's got good power. I want to take Trea a flat 1.5 multiplier for 1.5, or a flat multiplier at 1.5 total bases against this Marlins team. I think that by the time this game has first pitch, you might be paying a tax on Trea. It might be 0.9, 0.95, something like that. Or it could go up to a flat 2 total bases. So again, I would say get Trea Turner in here early. And he is in a great spot to hit this lefty as a right-handed hitter, especially when the weather conditions are as I said. Lastly, also just a little fun fact, Rogers has allowed 9 extra base hits in his last 5 starts. A little food for thought there as well. So lastly, we're going to go chalky. We're going with Aaron Rodgers All rise for Aaron Judge. All rise for Aaron Judge. Higher than 1.5 total bases. Somehow this is a flat payout versus Jose Barrios, a guy that he's feasted off of in his career. Judge has 29 at-bats versus Barrios. He's batting .414 with 2 doubles and 4 home runs in that matchup. His form's obviously awesome. He's hitting home runs in back-to-back games in 3 out of his last 4 games. His last 10 games, he's gone higher than 1.5 total bases in 5 of his last 10 games, or he's gone higher than 1.5 total bases in 5 of his last 10 because, he's kind of a feast or famine guy. But right now, the eating is good for Aaron Judge. There is a feast happening, and I want to keep on riding it. If he doesn't get it here, so be it. But again, it's a good matchup, and it's also got another one with good weather conditions. Slight wind out to right field, the short porch, as well as temperatures in the high 80s at first pitch, around 7 p.m. Eastern time for this game. I'm not going to step in front of the train. Obviously, there's chalk with Aaron Judge, and his home run pick is only a 1.5x multiplier, which is kind of crazy. However, it's a flat 1x on his 1.5 total bases. At least it is at the time of this recording. Again, I could see this one moving considerably by the time the first pitch is thrown in this game. So these 3 plays together yield a 6.6x return on your money. I doubt Trea will be a flat multiplier by the time this game starts, and I also think Judge won't be a flat 1.5 by the time his game starts. So Trea Turner higher than 1.5 total bases, Aaron Judge higher than 1.5 total bases, Royce Lewis higher than 1.5 total bases, 6.6x multiplier on your money. Get it? Let's get a winner here. Now, let's move on to the new feature of the show, the Daily Dong. I'm talking about guys who are going to go yard in baseball games on Thursday. A dong is a home run, for those who don't know. You've probably been confused for the majority of the show if you weren't aware that we call home runs dongs or dingers. So let's go with our Daily Dong. First one, Byron Buxton. Second one, Josh Bell. Third one, Aaron Judge. Byron Buxton is another guy that I like to target versus lefties, a guy who's been giving up a ton of home runs like Jordan Montgomery is perfect for Buxton, and you're getting a good multiplier because he is not a premier top-of-the-order guy, even though he is a power hitter, or at least he has power. Also, Josh Bell has 4 home runs versus Zach Wheeler. Obviously, Zach Wheeler's going to have the upper hand versus this Marlins team, but Josh Bell sees the ball well versus him. 3 home runs in his last 4 games against Zach Wheeler. I'm going to take that one as well. I already talked about the hitting conditions there. And then we're going to put that Aaron Judge in this Daily Dong slip as well. So if I'm going to use a flex for these, I recommend you do a flex for these. Picking 3 home run props is really a tough proposition, and you still get a good payout if all 3 hit. So if these go 3 for 3, 42.18x your money. That is, if you put $10 down on this, and it goes 3 for 3. That's $420 for this. $420, blaze it. And if 2 of 3, you still get 9.37 extra money. So if 2 of these guys hit home runs, you get $93.70. For the guys in Canada who don't have Underdog and are doing, this is basically a round robin. You can play this as a round robin if you do not have Underdog. And I'm basically just talking to Ontarianian. I think he's our only devout Canadian listener, but maybe not. So you can live dangerously and go with the standard payout on this one, which is 84.37 extra money. So $10 would be $840 or $843.70. But again, I recommend playing this as a flex for your Daily Dong inaugural pick. Let's get the Daily Dong home. Let's get the show slip home. Let's get all of this home. And by the way, the Daily Dong plays are going to be tracked on the spreadsheet. If you guys are not aware of the spreadsheet, you can go to my Twitter, which at Britton Hess, or my X, I should say, at Britton Hess. Click on my Linktree, and there is a link to a spreadsheet that has every play I've ever given out on the show and the results of every play I've given out via my YouTube Shorts and Twitter Short videos. And new tab, Daily Dong, coming soon. Lastly, we're going to go and look at yesterday. Yesterday was very, very frustrating. I've been saying that a lot lately, but we've been doing a lot of things right, but not getting the right results, which the results are the only thing that matters. No excuses. But I'll just say, Brian Reynolds and Jazz Chisholm both got hits in the first innings of their games. They did not get any more hits for the rest of their games, so neither of them went higher than 1.5 total bases because they both just hit singles in the first innings, top of the first innings, and then never reached base again. Very frustrating. Can you imagine if we had under 1.5 total bases and we had to sweat that out the rest of the game? Right? Like we were a favorite basically to hit our pick after the first inning in both of these games, but neither of them did it. The pick that I did nail was Gavin Stone, lower than 5.5 hits against the Chicago White Sox. I released this show. That line moved a flat 5. The White Sox, as I've said 15,000 different ways, are horrible against righties. Gavin Stone is actually, right now, he's performing like a marquee pitcher in the NL as far as ERA is concerned. And he also doesn't allow a ton of hits. He's not a huge K guy, so he's not, a household name. But Gavin Stone has been a surprise in year 2 for the Dodgers. He went 9 shutout innings against the White Sox in this game and allowed 4 hits. Usually when you're playing a lower than 5.5, 5.0, 4.5 hits pick on Underdog, you are sweating hard when your guy is making it past the 6th inning. In this case, I was just like, whatever. It looks like he's going the full game and looks like he's going to get there for us. So awesome that Gavin Stone came home with flying colors. It sucks that Brian Reynolds and Jazz Chisholm kind of spoiled the party earlier in the day, because that would have been an awesome way to finish out a winning slip. But that's it for now. Check out the spreadsheet for my picks and my pick results. And let me see. Oh, shout out to Ontarianian and to Clackamas Dave. You guys should get your gift cards for some SGPN gear as OGs of viewers and listeners to this podcast. And that's about it for me today. Let's make some money.